What's up, guys? Welcome back to another deck profile, and today this profile I'm bringing you one of my favorite villain decks of all time, Cubix. Now, I've watched Darkside Dimensions twice. I actually really like the movie, so thought I'd do a deck profile on Cubix because they're actually a really good deck. So I'm playing 3 copies of Crimson Nova, the best boss monster in the entire deck. Most of the time you don't use your extra deck much. It's like my extra deck's literally just like 10 cards. It's kind of like mid. I'm playing, of course, 3 Crimson Nova. I'm playing 3 copies of Duza, the Meteor Cubic Vessel, the pretty much starter of the deck. When this card's normal summoned, or special summoned, you can send 1 Cubic card, like Cubic Spell or Trap, from your deck to the grave, and it's really good at getting your plays going. Well, it sends any Cubic card, but you mainly want to send your spells and traps. You don't really send your monsters. There's 3 copies of Vjom, the Cubic Seed. People say this is a brick, but this is mandatory at 3, so... And I'm playing a questionable. I'm playing 2 copies of Buster Gundle instead of 1 because this card is really broken. When you summon it, it can attack it can attack 3 times, and it starts with 3k attack, but you can buff it with other cards in the deck. I'm playing 1 Dark Garnix, the Cubic Beast, 1 Blade Gardoria, the Cubic Beast, 1 Vulcan Dragooni, the Cubic King. Don't mind these names, these are all scuffed. 1 Endoria Doomvault, the Cubic Emperor. And that's the rest of the Cubic monsters. And literally the only 3 other monsters I'm playing in the deck is pretty basic. 3 copies of Summoner Monk, because this is also a 1-card combo, and a 1-card rank 4. So you normal summon Summoner Monk, discard a card, summon the Duza, and then it's a free access to a rank 4, so like Dugares, Babuska, and you also get your Foolish as well. And for the spells, I'm playing 3 Cubic Wave, the broken spell that doubles your monster's attack and halves your opponent's, and you can banish it alongside any number of Cubic, monsters. So you banish this alongside any number of monsters from your grave and place Cubic counters on your opponent's monsters. Really broken. I'm playing 3 of the mandatory Cubic Karma. When this card is in the grave, you can banish it to add any Cubic monster. If this card's destroyed or it leaves the field, you can have your opponent's life points. But when you activate it, you can send any number of your Vjoms to the grave, so the little seed guy, and your Cubic monster gains 800 per copy. So you can just send 3 of them, which is crazy. I'm playing 2 copies of Cubic Dharma, the one that you don't want to... You could play 3 of it, but I like to play 2. Pretty much this is like Karma, but you banish it to add 1 from the grave back to the hand. So, and I'm also playing 3 of a card that I'm surprised hasn't been limited on any of the ban lists yet. 3 copies of Foolish Burial Goods. Literally, if this gets hit to 1, that would be the reason why I stopped playing this deck, bro. Foolish Burial Goods is so broken. Almost as broken as both Reasoning and also Monster Gate. 2 very good spells in this deck to be able to Foolish your deck. Don't mind my background, by the way. And then I'm playing 1 copy of Pot of Prosperity, 3 copies of Dark Ruler No More, because this is a going second deck, 1 copy of Monster Reborn as just a flex spot, and 1 copy of MST for back row, and because it's also another flex spot. And finally, I'm only playing 3 traps in the deck. I'm playing 3 Unification. I don't own the other traps, so that's why I'm not playing them, but if you have Ascension, Cubic Ascension, it's the one that places Cubic counters on all your opponent's monsters. I'd recommend playing one of those, but this card's also really good. You can send this off of the Duza, and when your Cubic monster leaves the field, you can banish it to bring out another one. So you can literally go summon Duza, link it off, banish this, summon another Duza, triggered again. All the Cubic spells and traps are not once per turn, so there are crazy plays with that. So moving on to my extra deck, it's just a 10-card extra deck because it's just a for fun deck. I'm not playing this deck competitively. I have 1 of the boss monster, the Crimson Nova Trinity, 1 Gustav Max as a burn because 2 level 10s summon this. Crimson Nova, by the way, the main boss guy, you can summon him by revealing any 3 Cubic monsters, and it's not a once per turn summon. So there are combos where, funnily enough, I got all three of them on the field at once. It was funny. It was playing against my friends. 1 101, number 101. 1 number 60, Dugares, really cheap to get from Rarity Collection. 1 Babuska. Utopia, don't mind the scuffed copy. This is actually my first ever copy of Utopia. Actually, one of my first ever cards I ever got when I started playing the game. But yeah, those are it for that. We have Topologic Bomber Dragon as a link 4, Decode Talker as a link 3, Barragod, the blocker guy. He's actually really good in this deck because you can discard a card, add back one of your continuous spells or traps. So if you are locked from banishing, you can get your Cubic spells back that way. And Pit Knight Philly as a free link too. Just to get them in the grave. That's pretty much it. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it for the deck. By the way, if this card is actually really tough to summon, but if you can get this out, you potentially win the game. Because when you attack with this, it halves your opponent's life points automatically, and it just does so much damage, it's really broken. Especially combining this with Cubic Wave, GG's. And, like, I've done funny plays where I've had just one Crimson Nova on the field and double Cubic Wave, because Cubic spells are not once per turn, so you can just go Cubic Wave and then Cubic Wave again. This deck is just so much broken. It's one of my favorite going second decks of all time. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for my Cubic deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you want more, let me know, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.